Okay, I'm going to do my team reviews after the fantasy football draft, directly after the draft, actually. And I'm going to go in order of draft picks, I guess. I'll start with Neil. And let me find his team. Give me a second here. Okay, quarterback, Michael Vick. Risky. LeSean McCoy, running back. Dominant, but also Eagles. Same team. Ahmad Bradshaw, piece of duty. Stevie Johnson, solid flex. Larry Fitzgerald, pretty beastly, but also low ceiling. Steve Smith, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do the same thing. Witten Sweet, 49ers D is dominant. Janikowski is probably a top 10 draft pick. Not going to look at the bench a whole heck of a lot for these, but there's good options, goodish options, not amazing. Give his team B minus. Okay, next team would be Smertz. Okay, Smertz's team. Stafford at quarterback, beast. Ray Rice and Darren McFadden. If McFadden's healthy, sweet running back core. If not, he's kind of fucked. Jordy Nelson, not quite number one. Close though. Good, decent guy. He should be number two though. Percy Harvin. If he doesn't have migraines, he's sweet. Jared Cook, decent low-end pick. Good upside. Maybe Jimmy Graham last year if he's lucky. Bills defense, whatever. Jason Hanson, whatever. Defense, bench, he's got Antonio Brown's pretty beast. Everybody else is pretty mediocre. Give him a B+. Weak at receiver. Good running backs, though. Now, Klein. Okay. Peyton Manning, Aaron Foster, Michael Turner, Dwayne Bowe, Greg Jennings, Wes Welker, Aaron Hernandez, Steelers D. Alright, I like this team. Turner's risky, just because he's getting old and gets too many carries, but Foster's the machine. Peyton's probably going to be pretty good. Greg Jennings and Wes Welker is a pretty dominant receiving duo, and Dwayne Bowe is a real good flex. He's got a couple handcuffs on the bench, Ben Tate, Michael Bush. We'll give him the A-. Why not? Alright, A- for Klein. Fourth as a side. Eli, Jamal Charles, T. Rich, Deshaun Jackson, Calvin, Colston, Davis, Texas D, and Alex Henry. Pretty good quarterback, got him at a good spot. Charles, huge upside. T. Rich, pretty big upside. Just hope they're not hurt, which is risky. Deshaun Jackson's a flex, pretty solid. Calvin's a machine. Megatron's a machine. Marquise Colston is lower end, but definitely a respectable number 2. Tight end's pretty good. Defense is dominant. Kicker, Eagles kicker, pretty beast. Bench, a lot of guys that I don't know if they're going to contribute, but if they get playing time, could be respectable. And give them a B, just because of the risky running backs, and not a real strong number 2 receiver. So, B for Assad. Fifth is Johnny. Rodgers, Steven Action Jackson, Freddie Action Jackson, BJGE, Roddy White, Dez, Pettigrew, Eagles D, and Dan Bailey. Rodgers obviously is a fucking machine. Steven Jackson, as long as he's healthy and contributing, he's on a shitty team though. Fred Jackson, I don't know. I don't like him as a number. I don't know. He's like a flex this year to me. CJ Spiller's there, and their offense kind of blows. BJGE, good for touchdowns. Absolutely nothing else. But the Bengals run the ball a lot, so that probably works. Roddy White, Julio Jones is better. Sorry, Johnny. Julio Jones is a lot better. Dez beats his mom. That's a downside. But overall, not loving the running backs. Receivers are pretty solid, and he's got the best quarterback in the league. Bench, he's got actually I really like his bench. Besides Tebow, Tebow's a fucking pussy. Fuck Tebow. I'm not a Tebow fan anymore. Just kidding. Clearly I am. But Demarius, Sean Green, Anquan Bolden, love him. Give Johnny. I'm gonna give him I give him a B. I just don't like his running backs, and his receivers I'm not crazy about. A-Rod's sweet, though. B. 6 is Morano. Football! Okay, Timmy Brady, DeMarco, Willis McGahee, Brandon Lloyd, A.J. Green, Brandon Marshall, Fred Davis, Seahawks, and Matt Prater. Brady's a beast. I hate his running backs. I really do. There's Doug Martin and C.J. Spiller and Donald Brown on the bench. All, decent. But he really doesn't have that stud running back. I don't believe in DeMarco Murray. That's just me, though. Maybe he's going to be good. I don't know. A.J. Green and Brandon Marshall are the epitome of tall, sweet, black, athletic receivers, and they're both going to be good this year. So, and Brandon Lloyd as a flex is good. I hate his running backs. Love his receivers. Good quarterback. Give him a B. I think he's pretty much on the same plane as Johnny, more or less. I don't know. Johnny's got a little more balance. Has a little wide receiver and quarterback heavy. Weak on the running back in my mind. Just don't like DeMarco. That's just me, though. Who's 7th pick? Mecca? Mecca. What the hell is his team name? I'm thinking Life is Stream. Romo, pretty solid. MJD, if he doesn't hold out, is awesome. If not, just not going to have him. Marshawn Lynch, same thing. As long as he doesn't get suspended for having a DUI, it's probably a good pick. Otherwise, like dominant number 2, I think. But there's a pretty damn good chance he's going to get suspended. Brian Matthews, also injured, but as a flex, that's pretty fucking sweet. Mike Wallace holding out, and I don't think he's going to be that good even if he plays. It's all big play guy, and I think Antonio Brown's the elite of that team. Meacham, week number 2. Good receiver. I think he was good as a sleeper, but not as a starter. Antonio Gates is good. Jets defense is good. David Akers, beast. Roy Halou, he's a fucking joke. Don't pick a Redskins running back. Dave, you fell for it. Sorry. Matt Ryan, solid-ass backup. Probably a starter over Romo by the end of the year. And everybody else on his bench is whatever. Aurelius Ben, obviously huge sleeper, even though he's hurt. I got to give Dave's team like a C+, just because of all the question marks. But he has the potential with the running back core to be like a B+. But right now, like he's low right now. Gotta see what happens. That's what you get for missing the draft, beginning of the draft. Jera. Phillip Rivers, decent value at least. Frank Gore, Jay Stu. Hate Jay Stu as a starter. Maybe as a flex, not as a starter, not as a number 2. Frank Gore is number 1. I don't know. There's a lot of running back options there. I don't love him, but he could be good. Andre Johnson, Julio Jones. It's a pretty dominant 1-2 receiver core right there. Hopefully Andre's healthy. And Julio Jones, I'm a big believer in Julio Jones. Better than Roddy White, I think. Gronk, obviously. Huge man crush. I'd bone him. If there's anybody in the league I'd bone, it'd be Gronk. Bench is kind of weak. He kind of went for Miami guys and not really, just Lamar Miller. RG3 might be his starter if Phillip Rivers throws picks like he did last year. Torrey Smith, pretty good sleeper as long as he can keep getting those deep balls. I don't know. I don't like Jerry's running backs, but his receivers are good. I'm gonna give him a B. I think he's got a pretty good team, and Gronk is a beast. Obviously, I keep overlooking that because I'm not used to seeing tight ends as top picks, but I think Jerry's a pretty solid team. 9 is Roba. It was outside talking to whoever the hell he was talking to for most of the draft. Drew Brees, got him at 12. That's pretty sweet. I didn't want him, so I let him. Fuck it. You could take him. CJ Duque. If he gets the 2K, lives up to that part of the name, then awesome pick at 9. If not, if he does like he did last year, it's a pretty rough pick. Reggie Bush, I believe. I think he's probably a really low end, but a number 2 running back. He's pretty decent. And Dan Thomas isn't going to do much. And Reggie got better on the goal line and run between tackles last year. So I think it's a decent pick. Pierre Garçon had a good first game. If RG3 throws to him, if he picks him as a number 1 target, he could be a pretty good flex. Victor Cruz, I don't know. I don't know if I had a number 1. I think he's a great number 2. Number 1, I don't know if he can repeat the big plays. I hope he can because I like him. Even though he's on the Giants, but still like him. Vincent Jackson, don't like him as a number 2 just because of Josh Freeman, but he has the talent to be a number 2, so not a terrible pick. Jimmy Graham's pretty sweet. He's going to be, part of me feels like he's going to be better than Gronk. I hope not, though, but part of me says that. And he has Jermichael Finley anyway. Jimmy Graham, I don't expect any problems. He's probably going to want to deal Jermichael Finley at some point, somebody without a good tight end. Andrew Luck, based on solely the first preseason game and first round status, but not a bad backup. Rest of the bench, a couple of respectable guys. I think Shane Vereen's going to be the better running back in New England over Stephen Ridley, but we'll see about that. Overall, gotta give him C+. I don't like the team. I don't know. I don't think Brees is going to be as good as he's been in years past because of all the turmoil in New Orleans. Chris Johnson, I don't think is going to be fully back. He'll be all right, better than he was last year. But I don't know. Receiving core, question marks. I don't know. Give him a C+. I don't feel there's no rocks on his team besides Brees, and I don't think Brees is going to be as good as he's been in the past. For once, I will rate my own team. Maybe that's because I'm drunk and I feel like talking about my own team, but I'm going to do it. We got Ham Newton, Matt Forte, Adrian Peterson, D. Sproles, Nakeem Hicks, Miles Austin, Tony Gonzalez, Packers D, Robbie Gould, Cam, machine, run the ball, throwing the ball. I don't know. We'll see how he does this year. He was good in the start, and end of last year he was shitty. Forte's got to be healthy, and he's got to score touchdowns. Michael Bush is going to take them all. AP was pretty big reach at 10 or 11, whatever it was, but I feel like his upside was good enough, and hopefully he's a freak athlete. Hopefully he'll be back. Sproles is a flex I love. Don't like him as a 2. Flex I love him because he's kind of just the perfect guy for that offense, and he'll run back some kicks too and probably get you a 6-point touchdown every now and then. Nix, if he's healthy, he's better than Cruz. He's a better athlete, and he's an easier target for you that I throw to. Plus, Cruz is in the 2 spot this year instead of the slot, so we'll see what he does there. Miles Austin as a 2. It's a little weak. Could be better. But with Dez's legal troubles or whatever, I hope Miles will be decent enough. Tony Gonzalez, got him late. Good enough. He's old as shit, but Packers defense is whatever. Bench. AP is handcuffed with Gerhardt. I got Peyton Hillis, who I think will be a major contributor with Jamal Charles, alongside Jamal Charles. And Eric Decker, hoping he'll be the better guy than Demaryius Thomas in Denver. Overall, I'll give my team... I hate rating my own team. That's why I don't usually do it. I want to say my team's like an A-. You might say my team's worse. There's a lot of risk on it. But I love my quarterback, running back. There's a lot of good balance, I think, on my team. I don't know. I'm full of myself. A little cocky. But, I mean, I foresee a championship, honestly. There's nothing less to expect out of this team than a championship. So, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. It came out, holy shit, it's 11 minutes and 45 seconds. Well, I ought to stop it now. And that's it. Enjoy your fantasy football season. This is your commissioner signing out.